A closer look at the top of the ticket, the crowded GOP field for Arizona Governor. Kari Lake and Karen Taylor Robeson have led in the polls. On the Democratic side, a head-to-head showdown between Katie Hobbs and Marco Lopez.
That's right. We have Team 12 reporter Tram Eyes in the field with candidates for both governor and the U.S. Senator all across Arizona. We're going to head now to Tram Eyes. She's reporting live at the Kari Lake campaign in Scottsdale.
Tram, has Kari said anything to the crowd so far?
Hey. No, Joe, she has not, but I can tell you this crowd has been a very raucous crowd. There are hundreds of people here, at times cheering, at times booing, and there's people young and old. Some people even brought their own children. But this is a very excited crowd. Supporters were let in the door at about 6 o'clock. And then when the election party officially began at 7 o'clock, they started the election night with a prayer. Now, I talked to some of the people here, and even though they all believe that Kari Lake will win this primary, however, some of them didn't think that actually it would be called tonight, though. They think that perhaps maybe that it will be called tomorrow. But again, anything goes this evening. It could be a landslide, or, of course, it could be a very close race, and it could even be undecided. However, here's what some of her supporters said on why they want Kari Lake for governor. What issues do you like that Kari stands for?
Well, the thing that really attracted me to her campaign to begin with is her strength on border control. I believe our country needs to have strong borders. Her stance is incredible. I mean, it's more than I could ask for in any other candidate. And I think it's significant that her opponent has mirrored some of her planks in terms of, funding, fixing the wall, getting the Rangers down there. Kari's probably a little bit, I believe, more sincere in it. I like that. And what I really like about her is that she's willing to do that for her state without the backing of the federal government.
Speaking of the younger generation, Andrew, you are just 12 years old. What is it that you like about Kari?
Well, Kari, we completely support her campaign, and the reason for that is we believe that she's going to lower gas prices and definitely improve our school system, because I just don't really like how they're trying to import the critical race theory into the public schools, and that's why there's so very little teachers that are applying for the job, is because for these certain reasons, and nobody really supports it anymore. So we just feel we have her total support on that, and that's a couple of the reasons I'm supporting her.
What particular issue stood out for you?
I'd say probably the biggest issue for me was when they started locking everybody down for COVID. I understand the concern and being cautious, but when you start shutting down businesses and you start getting involved in people's lives, like on an intimate level, like in your house, the things that you can and can't do, obviously that's an encroachment on liberty. And
are there particular issues that really stood out?
Yes, the wall. The wall, the border. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Election
absolutely.
integrity.
Yes. We need that desperately.
All right, back out here live at the DoubleTree in Scottsdale. You can obviously see the crowd is very excited. I can tell you there are two big monitors towards the back here. And what they've been doing occasionally is that they've been showing the various local media and their reports from here, because this whole entire row where I'm standing is packed full of media. And so they've been showing who is saying what about Kari, even though, of course, you can't hear anything. But I can tell you that when, for instance, Karen Taylor Robeson was up on the big screen, you heard a lot of boos. When former Governor Jan Brewer, who, as we know, is supporting Karen Taylor Robeson, when she was up on the screen, we also heard a lot of boos. We just got word that the AP has called Katie Hobbs the winner of the Democratic nomination for governor. So now that side has been decided, now it's our turn for governor on the gubernatorial Republican side. So again, this could be a very long night. There's no telling. I believe it just, it boils down to that big first batch that we should be getting any moment now to get a temperature check of really where it stands, whether or not Kari Lake really is in the lead, has a strong lead, or if it really is neck and neck. But that's going to do it from here in Scottsdale. Tram, back to you.
All right, Tram. She just mentioned